Yeah. All right, we are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? 9 waiting, even though I ran a little bit late. 9 people waiting. Why are they waiting? One can only wonder, right? One can only wonder. When this man just wants to run his positive, uplifting show, 9 people are waiting for something else, right? Pathetic as hell. Pathetic. Absolutely. You folks just sit around all day, every day, wondering what's going to happen next based on what happened on the previous show, right? There's just so much happening over here today. My gosh, lots of trucks over here. I'm back at the SF Bay Trail. And hey, Queen, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Back at the SF Bay Trail, and I'm going to be changing up locations. Probably almost every day for a while. To give you folks a little bit of diversity, right? A little bit of change, right? Queen, you love it when I come here, right? Because it's so beautiful, right? And the ducks are out here, and the geese and all that, right? How's your day going, Queen? You know, it's interesting, Queen. And, you know, I've just chosen from here on out to just be pretty direct, right? Because the topic of this show will share a lot regarding my feelings about many things. And it will also hopefully teach you folks a new mindset on how to look at things from here on out in your life that will completely change your life and allow you to stay focused and on track. And that way you can accomplish whatever your heart desires, right? But it's just interesting, Queen, that there were 9 people waiting for this show because they saw what happened on my previous show, right? These are people that don't like me, and quite frankly, like my topic says, I'm not trying to get anyone to like me out here. I'm just, you know, trying to get myself out there, right? I just want to be known. I want to be known because I have great things to share with people, right? Great things that can help people start to love themselves more and start to focus on more positive things that are going to move them forward instead of drama. And what can we do to throw Eli off his game today, right? And I'm not the only one that this happens to. So I'm not here whining and complaining. I'm just saying that, you know, there are many people on the internet that are just unhappy and miserable and feel that they have nothing to offer this world. So when they come across people like me that have something to offer this world in a positive way, they make it their mission to try to stop me or stop us, right? It's just sad, you know? It's sad. I feel bad for these people. I truly, wholeheartedly feel bad for these people. I really do. Can you hear me okay, Queen? It's windy out here and got the windscreen on. I want to make sure everything's coming through clearly. Wow, 16 people here. Well, you're not going to get what you came for. I know why most people are here. I know my audience. I look at my analytics, and I know who the majority of my audience still is to this day, right? And they're here for something else, and they're not going to get it. So why are they still here, right? I just don't get it. I'm being upfront. I'm trying not to waste your time, right? I'm trying to be honest. I am here. Queen says, yes, my day is okay. She says, screw them. They are nobody. True. I don't feel bad for them. Just keep moving. Me too, Queen. Me too. Yeah, but Queen, I'm a coach. I'm a life coach, right? And this is part of life coaching, right? This is part of life coaching and trying to, you know, number one, understand why people waste their time on nonsense, right? At the same time, I want to teach people that are in a similar position I'm in, trying to create positive greatness, and they're infested with drama people and trolls, right? Let's just be honest and real. We're going to be direct and honest and real from here on out. I've always been, but I'm going to be even more direct. Like, I've got nothing to hide. It's like these people were hoping I went back to Red Morton Park, waiting for those kids to throw more shit at me, right? 17 in the box, right? Okay, what are they going to do? Come out here on the SF Bay Trail? They're like 2 miles from here, right? They don't drive yet, right? What are they going to do? Get their parents to drive them here? Right? And even if they showed up here, like, there's only like 1 or 2 ways to get on and off this trail, right? It's not as easily accessible as Red Morton Park, where you walk around the park and it's accessible. You can cut through it. You can, join, you can enter the park from any point, right? Multiple points, right? So Red Morton Park's an easy place to troll someone that runs live streams from there or does, content like I do, right? $21 in the box. Wow. You people really have nothing better to do. Now, listen. If the majority of those people were here for my positive, uplifting message, that would be one thing, right? But they're not. They're not, right? And I can tell you, by the time this show, gets into 10 to 15, 20 minutes deep or so, half of them will be gone, right? Unless, something else was plotted to follow me elsewhere, right? You never know. With these people, you got to keep your eyes and ears open. You got to watch your back, right? You got to watch your back. You just never know. You got to be alert, right? And again, even if something were to happen, I just go off the air. None of it will be captured on video. And if people keep on harassing me in public, I'll call the police. That's all I'll do, right? But this whole thing is just rather comical, right? It's just rather comical, right? And no one's derailing me or throwing me off my game, This is a part of life. You're going to encounter people like this in life, folks, and you have to learn how to deal with them. And you have to learn that some people are going to take it a bit too far, right? And you can't let it get to you. You can't get triggered. You can't get mad. You just handle it as best as possible, right? Like I did on my previous stream. I didn't get triggered. I didn't get triggered. Sure, it surprised me a little bit, but I've encountered people doing shit like this to me in public before, right? Over the years. So, I've learned to expect it, and I've learned how to handle it, right? And if it keeps happening, I'm just going to address it maturely and move on, right? 24 people here. I mean, seriously, what are you here for? The more people that show up and stick around, the more it leads me to believe that something is planned. You just never know, right? My God. That was a big bumblebee coming right at me. Oh my God. Sorry about that, folks. And the cool thing is I can just tilt my camera and see if anyone's coming behind me, right? And I also know the entry points. There are only a couple of them, right? So I know where people can come from, right? And I can see ahead of me, right? Queen, if you haven't already done so, can you please put the topic in the chat? I would greatly appreciate that. Because whenever I go on a long monologue, I tend to forget the exact topic, and I don't want to butcher this one. This one is very important. It's a beautiful day. I bundled up because I know there's a lot of wind out here. The wind chill factor is a little chilly, but the sun is out, getting that vitamin D, you know, that D3, right? And my advice to some of you people that stick around or hang around YouTube all day waiting to troll people, right, and waiting for drama, why don't you get out and take a walk, get in the sun, and get some vitamin D3? Because vitamin D is one of the most crucial vitamins to take in, right? And most people, the doctors say most people are at least a little or very vitamin D deficient, right? Not Coach Eli, because I get out and walk all the time in the sun. Plus, now I'm taking additional vitamin D3, 5,000 IU, extra strength each day. All right? We can focus on that, right? Instead of stupid shit that's going to depress you more, make you more fat, make you more unhappy and miserable than you already are. Why can't we focus on bettering ourselves, right? And snapping out of this crap, right? See, back there is that entry point. Then there's another one right over here. That's it. That's the only way you can get on and off this trail, right? Unless you do some fancy fence hopping and do some trailblazing, right? Which, hey, that wouldn't surprise me either. But, you know, I can clearly see everything out here, you know? The funny thing is, I'm not gonna go too far into it. I'm just gonna say, you know, someone is just trying to really get my attention for a certain reason, and we're not gonna go into it any further than that. You can go back and watch a couple of streams ago. It was the other stream where I got over 300 views a few days back. I think it was what are we at? 226. I think it was episode 224. It was episode 224. Okay. And the episode I did 225 a couple days ago, where I had the incident at the park. Well, the kids, you know, I was just doing my thing. They just started following me and harassing me and throwing shit at me, right? That was episode 225, and that's closing in on 400 views now. Like this is so pathetic. It's like people out here, like half the people on YouTube, they just want to see decent, real YouTubers drama and encounter fights and things thrown at them, right? For the lulz, right? I mean, how stupid is that, right? Now, I'm sure there are plenty of channels out there you can go and find that at. That's fine, and that's probably those channels' purpose, but I'm just here to uplift people and to create positivity, right? Topics in the chat already. Thank you, Queen. Sweet Gemini 2. Hello, Coach. Just keep pushing it forward, buddy. Awesome scenery. Thank you. Sweet Gemini 2. Are you actually a female? Because usually women don't call men buddies, right? Even if, you know, we're just on a friendly basis, right? I just find it odd, with no disrespect, Sweet Gemini 2, when any woman calls a guy a buddy, right? It just, no disrespect, it just sounds like a little bit more masculine energy than feminine energy to me. But that's all good, not a big deal. just sharing my opinion, right? Oh no, I have moved forward, and I'm going to share with you folks today a great topic that will also help you move forward and stay focused, so that way you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires. No, I understand you're female, no disrespect, and I know a lot of women nowadays, they like to use male lingo, right? Like a lot of the female YouTubers out here start out their videos saying, hey guys, right? Right? And they're talking to women primarily, right? Because their channel's catered to women, like a beauty makeup channel is catered to women, right? And these chicks come on and say, hey guys, like, guys. Okay. Hi. Some woman that was just passing by, she was smiling at me because she knows I'm live on the air or doing some videos, right? No worries, babe. It's all good. We're all good. That doesn't mean women are not going to look, and it doesn't mean that men are not going to look at you. It's just, we're secure within each other, right? It's just funny, right? And that's cool, right? You see, that woman was walking by. She sees me. I'm taking a nice walk, and I've got like a portable television studio on me, right? And she just smiles. She's like, okay, it's all good, right? Hey, Derek, what's going on? Hello, host and all. Yeah, so now we're down to 17, right? Now those people that were here hoping I'd be at Red Morton Park getting nailed by the kids again, right? Or getting harassed by the kids again, right? They're all leaving because they're not going to see that, right? I'm just an honest guy. I see it as it is. It's comical to me. It's comical to me, right? And thank you for the comment on the beautiful scenery. This is one of my favorite walks to do. I stopped coming here for a little while and went back to the park and other parts of the SF Bay Trail, the San Francisco Bay Trail, because I encountered this guy on the trail a few months back, and he was a little bit off, and he was a big guy. He probably had like PTSD or something, and he was walking the trail. I think he cuts through the trail to go from like either, he probably works on the other side where I entered, and he cuts through this way to go home. But I was like trying to go around him, and then he started walking towards me. He shifted to the other side to face me, right? And I just thought that was kind of weird. And then it was just a really weird conversation. I can't remember what episode that was, but it was a few months back. It's still publicly available. I just can't remember which episode it was. I've done so many of these. And so, I just ended up, talking to him a few minutes, and then I just told him I had to get going. Right, but that's the thing, folks. When you're doing these, when you're a public figure and you're going out to make content, and this is my favorite. This is my most favorite type of content to make. Being out in nature, being out in public, right? And being able to talk with you folks while I get a good walk in and get my exercise in. I feel at the top of my game when I'm doing these types of streams, right? But it comes at a cost. You're gonna encounter people, and some people are gonna be, a little bit different or strange or mentally and emotionally unstable, right? The other day, you're gonna come across some kids that are bored as hell and lack discipline from their parents, so they follow you at the park and they throw rocks and little toy trucks at you, little toy metal trucks at you. Fortunately, they missed. That was a good thing. Because I bet you if they had hit me, that would have been front page news all over YouTube, right? And what I would have done if they would have hit me, I would have put the stream to private. But I bet you someone was screen recording it, right? And for the people that screen record these things in case they go to private, that means they're in the know-all of what's going on. They're a part of setting it up, right? So that's what you have to deal with. Yeah, now we're down to 13 instead of 27 people, right? Half the audience is gone because you're not here to get what you want, and you're not going to get what you want here, right? And I'm not trying to waste energy on this. I'm proving a point, okay? I'm trying to prove a point. You're not going to get what you want here. So why do you keep coming back thinking you're going to get what you want, right? That's all I have to say. Some of them are probably still watching, okay? We've had a little fun in the past. I made some mistakes. I was learning the YouTube ropes. I didn't even know what a troll and hater was. Well, I knew what haters were, but I didn't know what a troll was when I first came out full-time on YouTube 5 years ago on my former channel. I had to learn that. Now I've learned that, right? I don't feed into this stuff anymore. So you folks are not going to get what you used to get from me, right? It's just comical. Now we're down to 11. See, this is my point. I'm proving my point in real time, live right now. That's why I'm talking about it, because it's pathetic, right? It's absolutely pathetic, right? Always got to watch your back, right? Always got to watch your back. And be aware of your surroundings, folks. And I may do a stream on that by itself sometime soon. Be aware of your surroundings. Always watch your back and be aware of your surroundings, right? You just never know. You always need to be prepared for anything and everything in life. Don't get caught off guard, right? Another great title. See, I'm coming up with topics on the fly while I'm live on the air on this walk. That's what I do. I've experienced so much. I'll never run out of shit to talk about. Queen says, which is nothing new with the circus clowns. Queen, here's the thing. They use myself. They've used me for entertainment for years, right? They call me this lolcow, C-U-C-K-O-L-D, right? They still call me C-U-C-K-E-L-I, right? Right? And that's fine. People can call me C-U-C-K or C-U-C-K-O-L-D for the rest of their lives if they want. But all that matters is, in real life, I've got a sexy, hot woman, and it's just her and I during those private times, right? That's all that matters, right? All that matters is what I know the truth is to be, right? And they know what the truth is, but you know, they have to satisfy other requirements and satisfy entertaining their audience, so they got to continue making shit up, right? Joe Shipley, you are true to yourself and very genuine. I respect you very much. Well, Joe, thank you for coming back. You know Joe, Queen, he's been around for a while. I appreciate that, Joe. You know, I'm trying to keep it real, brother. I try to keep it as real as possible, right? I'm not a perfect human being. I make mistakes. I've made lots of mistakes. Heck, man, if I didn't make all these mistakes, how could I teach people how to not make mistakes, right? Yeah, I know, says Queen Helen Casey. Right? You know, a lot of trolls and haters, they criticize people like me, and not just me, but anyone that does what I do. There are a lot of coaches, right? They criticize us, and they say, what qualifies us to be a coach? Well, we're self-proclaimed, and we coach based off of our fuck-ups and our mistakes. Because every human being, no matter what they do or how good they are, they've made mistakes at one point or another, and we will probably still make mistakes down the road. We're human beings, right? But instead of continuing to spiral backwards and downwards, right, and making more mistakes, we learn from our mistakes, and then we try to teach other people how to prevent making those mistakes. Or if they make those mistakes, how to identify them, correct them, and never do them again, right? I think what the drama people and the hateful people that don't love themselves care the most about is shutting down their game. If there aren't enough people to feed into them to make them feel better, they're going to have no one to create content off of or talk shit about, right? So that's why they try to shut down people like me and stop people like me, right? It's pretty comical. It's pretty pathetic, right? I feel absolutely amazing today. Lots of vitamin D3 or vitamin D coming from the sun. It's a little windy, a little chilly, but not overly chilly, but I'm dressed perfectly today. My body feels just absolutely phenomenal. There's Highway 101 flowing smoothly because it's not 3 o'clock Pacific time yet. That's when the traffic really starts. People start getting off work around that time. Joe says it is very pathetic. Yeah, it is, dude. And here's the thing, Joe. Joe, I'm sure you've seen what's happened for years. I know you've been around for a while, and that's cool, man. I appreciate you. You know what? Hey, even I had fun with it at one point. I'll admit that, okay? I was learning the YouTube ropes, and I had a little fun with this crap, right? But at what point is the same thing, gonna get old and tired, right? Regurgitating the same shit that's more than 2 years old, right? I think the last time I really had a triggering flip out moment, or like these people call it spurging out, right? Right? They call it spurging out. I think the last time I did that was over 2 years ago, right? So for the last 2 years, there's been like no Eli spurgouts, right? Right? And so they've had to keep on regurgitating stuff from the past, which has gotten old. People are tired of it, right? And the new people don't even know who I am. So it doesn't matter to them, right? So what do? They review my streams and they get triggered over things that don't even involve them, right? It's the most surreal thing I've ever seen. And at this point, I just laugh at it. So anyway, enough said there. We've got 17 people still here. 6 thumbs up. Please get those thumbs up. If you're here to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, folks. There's lots more content coming. I might even do a stream from the studio tonight because I'm feeling phenomenal, full of energy today. And then I'm hoping by next week to get back on track to do some pre-recorded videos. I haven't done any of my pre-recorded videos in 4K at 60 frames per second in a few weeks, and I want to get back on track. I've just had a lot going on, and yesterday, real quick, I ended up spending like half the day with my lady. We went and took a walk at a park in her area in the South Bay, and then we went to the Olive Garden. I hadn't been to the Olive Garden in a while. And I earned the Olive Garden meal because Olive Garden food, it's Italian, right? It's like pasta and bread and all that crap, right? All this shit that's bad for a diet, right? But I've been walking so many miles, right? And I can feel like my stomach getting more tone again. I'm getting back into really good shape again. Not saying I was in bad shape before, but the past few weeks, I've done some long streams and I've walked even 6 miles on stream. That stream I did, episode 244, with over 300 views, I walked 6 miles on that stream. And so I asked my lady, we didn't spend Valentine's Day the day before, or on the day. It's the day after, things are back to normal. Prices will be back to normal, food portions back to normal, etc., right? I said, baby, where do you feel like eating, baby? Let me take you out. She goes, I don't know if you're going to like this. She goes, Olive Garden. So I love Olive Garden. I only go there once every 6 months or once a year because it's just, it's too fattening. It's good shit. It's good stuff, right? I had the lasagna classico and we had some spinach dip with chips and, they give you that bread, that soft, fresh baked bread, right? And then her and I split a tiramisu for dessert, I swear to God, I felt like I had a brick in my stomach after we walked out of that place. Don't worry, that brick's been released since that point. Let's try to mention that as professionally as possible, right? Jeez, I'm almost halfway done with this side, and I haven't even started the topic yet, right? It's all right. We'll get to it here in a second. I'll probably go to the other side as well. This is what I love about this trail. The planes fly over, and they're going into the San Carlos airport. It's pretty windy right here. Can you folks still hear me pretty clearly? Is the audio still good? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. Another thing, don't think just because people have left and that the coast is clear, you got to be on alert, because when you least expect it, that's when people strike. That's when people come, right? They come when you least expect it. So you got to keep on watching your back. Look around you, right? You never know. For Christ's sake, these people like want to mess with me so much. I wouldn't be surprised if they leased a plane for a day. All right. We should be back live. I'm sorry, folks. The tower cut me off out here. I'm now beginning to believe this might be an iPhone update issue on the modem. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but hey, it won't even reconnect, because when your live stream goes offline from the YouTube app, it gives you an option to reconnect. And in the past, I was able to hit reconnect and it would reconnect. Now I have to shut it down, put the phone in airplane mode, reset the cell tower, and launch the app. Click go live, and then it says, would you like to resume your stream? And I say yes, right? So hopefully one of these future iPhone updates fixes it. I don't know what's going on, but hey, I know how to fix it quick, and we'll just keep moving forward. Let's see what was mentioned in the chat there. Must be having those 5G tower issues again. Yeah. Hope the parachuters didn't get him. That's funny, Joe. I'm back. Derek says, did one of those kids somehow sneak up and throw a rock and hit his iPhone 12 Pro Max? No, they didn't hit anything. They missed. No, they didn't get close enough to get a good shot at me. They kept their distance, right? They were trying to sneak up on me because they know I'm self-aware. They knew I was self-aware, and I was on alert for them, right? So they were trying to sneak up on me. So anyway, not a big deal. That's an old story now. It's all said and done, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the topic on the way back. I am headed towards the observation deck. I'm going to spend a few minutes up there. Looks like no one's coming on the other side. Another great plane flying over. Derek, here's the thing. I'll say this, bro. You know this all leads back to just one person, bro. And you know why it leads back to that one person. And that one person knows why he has to keep it going. And it's enough said, man. It's an old fucking song, man. It's an old song. It's not a big deal, right? So yeah, my lady and I, like I said, we had a nice, walk and dinner the day after Valentine's Day yesterday. And my lady, Derek, bought me another Under Armour shirt. And I keep telling her to stop spending her money on me, right? It's like, It's like, I'm a little old school, right? It's a nice shirt, bro. I'm gonna probably wear it sometime soon. It's more like like an Adidas workout shirt, but it's a similar gray color as the other one she got me, but it's more like like a workout suit, like the Adidas ones that zip up and has a little collar, and it's nice and light, but it's strong material, good stuff. And then my lady also bought me some more Zupu for my constipation issues. That's how much she cares about me. And then she got me this Ferrero Rocher, little gift pack with a red rose on it, a fake red rose. And then I actually appreciate the fake red rose than a real one, because the real one would die. This one, you can have this sentiment forever, right? Now I've got some gifts coming for her too. I found some really good deals on some ladies' Under Armour leggings for a very good price. So I got her a couple of those and a nice little, like a beanie, a female beanie hat, like a really high quality one. I got it from REI. The regular price on that high quality beanie was like $70. I got it for $20. Hell of a deal, right? You can find some good deals. So I've got some stuff coming for her as well. But yeah, we had a phenomenal time. And then she ended up going back home to her area. She usually has darts on Tuesday nights. She's part of a dart league, so we didn't spend the night together. We're probably gonna do something like an overnight next week. Maybe get out of town a little bit. All right, heading up to the observation deck. Haven't been up here in a while. It's very windy, but very beautiful. Wow. Very beautiful. All right, so I'm going to get to the topic here so we can get it going. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail in Redwood City. This is episode number 226. And the topic is, my goal is to be known, not to be liked. Why you should feel this way too. One more time. My goal is to be known, not to be liked. Why you should feel this way too. The inspiration I got to do this video, I cannot remember. It was some other motivational video I was watching last night while taking an Epsom salt bath. And I think it might have been a Gary Vaynerchuk video. And I listened to what they had to say. And I thought about it for a little bit, and I'm like, that makes perfect sense. I'm going to present this to my audience and put my own spin on it and try to get people to understand what that actually means and how applying this can make you more successful, quicker and easier than trying to force people to like you. The whole point of the matter is you should never force anyone to like you. You should never go out of your way to try and get people to like you, whether it's on social media or in the real world or a combination of both. Okay? I wanted to talk about this today, especially after what happened the other day and how, often I've been trolled and hated upon out here on this platform. I wanted to tie it all in together because most of you, have experienced similar things, whether it be online or offline. If you're a YouTuber, you've probably experienced similar trolling and people coming at you. Maybe not as bad as me. Maybe they ain't taking it in the real life like they've taken it with me. But there have been many other YouTubers, that trolls and haters have taken their attacks on them into real life. And why do they do that? Because people like myself and these other people, where trolls and haters have gone at them in real life, they've learned how to deal with it. They've learned how to ignore it, right? And if they can't get to you and get that back and forth with you online, then they will do things offline to stir up the pot again, right? And so for me, none of this stuff gets to me anymore. It kind of did initially because I had to learn how to handle it, right? And in my younger days, and even when I first came out on YouTube, okay, I was doing whatever it would take to try to get people to like me. I wasn't trying to, force anything upon anyone, but I was really pushing my message a lot harder than I am doing it today. And I was really trying to, fight the bad people to, by going on their panels and other ways of communicating with them behind the scenes to try to, get them to be better people, right? In essence, maybe I was still trying to get them to like me and appreciate me, right? And that's not the right way to approach it. That's not the right way to handle it, right? The right way to handle it is to just be you, focus on your message, and keep moving forward no matter what happens. And try to ignore as much of the BS as possible. It's not always possible to ignore the BS and stuff, but try to ignore it as much as possible, right? And when you have the mindset or the outlook of, I don't really care what anyone thinks about me, and the only opinion of myself that really matters is my own, you're not going to feel the need to try to get anyone to like you. You're going to be happy, so happy within yourself, that your main focus is going to end up becoming just getting yourself out there and allowing people to know you exist. Okay? That's the entire battle. Like when I heard that phrase that I used for my title today, I said, this makes perfect sense. And this is exactly what I've started doing over the past year on my YouTube channel and my coaching business. And I want to try to get as many of you to understand this as well. If you're trying to grow a business, especially if it's online, but this could happen in the real world too, but it's more apparent online nowadays because it's a much broader and bigger, market and audience, right? Focus on getting as many people to know about you, and don't focus at all on trying to get people to like you. I've also realized that, regardless of who you are or how good you are at what you do, half your audience is always going to be haters and trolls, right? And then the other half is going to be people that believe in your message and truly like you, right? So if you focus all your time trying to get 100% of the people to like you, then no one's going to like you. Because the people that really like you are going to get tired of you focusing so much energy on getting people that will never like you to like you, right? I hope that makes sense what I'm saying so far. When you cater your content in general and you do it because you love what you do, right? You're going to allow people to choose for themselves in a natural way, whether they like you or not, and whether they want to support you or not. I know this is a lesson that sounds pretty simple, but it's really hard for most people to execute, because we all have emotions, right? And we all feel the need to defend ourselves when stupid shit happens, right? You know, if we go back, you know, I'll mention this one more time for example purposes. If we go back to what happened a couple days ago on episode 225, where those kids were stalking and harassing me at the park and throwing shit at me, right? If we go back to that, had that happened like 3 years ago, it might have triggered me. It might have triggered me, right? But if you go back and you watch at least parts of that episode on the replay, episode 225, okay, the previous episode before this one here, this is 226, and you see how I handled it, right? Sure, it caught me, and I didn't expect it. You know, I mean, I'm always aware and expecting it could happen to get my attention at the park, right? But when they started amping it up and started... All right, folks, I should be back. I'm sorry I got cut off again. This could be a modem issue with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Hopefully it'll be fixed in a future update. It could be. Or the tower could be overloaded here too. There are a lot of apartments and businesses. Actually, there are a lot of cars driving by too, so that could be it too. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep on handling it the way I've been handling it, right? So yeah, you know, when they started throwing things at me and doing things like that, yeah, I talked with them for a second. I tried to tell them to stop, and you know, I wasn't angry, but you know, I wasn't, you know, it was just a firm but fair voice, right? Just a normal sounding voice, right? And it didn't trigger me. I didn't stop my show. I talked about it a little bit for example purposes, but I made it through my show. I didn't let it derail my show. And quite frankly, that stream has almost 400 views. But yes, half those views are from the drama people that, you know, wanted to see me get hit and they were there for the cringe, right? But this is another thing I'm trying to share with you folks here today, and what I'm realizing is that, you know, half your audience is going to be your trolls and haters, and the other half's going to be your real supporters, right? And if you learn how to balance it out and not let the negative side derail you and focus on the positive side, right? That's what's going to create success, right? And the right people are going to naturally like you without you even having to try to get them to like you. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's such a simple sounding concept that most people struggle with it. You know what I mean? Let me check the chat real quick. You're starting to go offline more. I know, Queen. Folks, please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select on notifications. We have 9 thumbs up. I appreciate that. 10 people here. Thank you so much for the 10 people that are still here. I appreciate you, right? And when I was in my younger days, I used to struggle with what I'm talking here in the topic today. I used to always care about what people thought about me, and I used to always focus on what I could do to try to get them to like me, right? Instead of just focusing on myself and becoming the best version of myself I can possibly become, I focused on what I felt would please other people that I really wanted to like me, right? And of course, when you're younger, you're less experienced. For some people, it takes a lot longer to learn the principles of life and to learn to just ignore the BS and the drama, right? For a lot of people, it takes them a while to learn one of the most simple principles I talk about all the time nowadays. The only opinion of yourself that matters is your own, right? Now, you can value, whatever opinions you want to value, and other opinions you can just ignore. But you have to be so self-aware and understand this principle in order to make that happen, right? Because you need people. Everybody needs people to be successful and to survive, right? We need people, right? So you can't just automatically just say, fuck it, I'm going to live this life on my own. I don't need anyone, right? We all need people, right? The type of people that are good for us are like-minded people that have similar morals, values, and ethics and enjoy similar things, right? And if you're like myself, and my lady's the same way, that's why we get along, where we just love everyone and we care about everyone no matter what, it's really hard to let the negativity and the negative people go, because we even want to help them, because that's how kind, caring, considerate, and nurturing her and I are. And that's why for me, it was really difficult to just completely start ignoring all these people that have been coming at me on YouTube for years, the trolls and haters, because I really don't hate them. I really don't hate anybody. I love everyone, right? I love the world. I'm one of those people that just accepts everyone for who they are. And most people are not like that, right? And people like me are very susceptible to, or we can be vulnerable to other people realizing that and taking advantage of us, and that's what happened, right? That's what makes it more difficult for us good people to just let the bad people go and let them rot and figure things out on their own, because we know they need more help than anyone else, and we know we can help them, and we want to help them. But after trying for a while and us not getting anywhere, and it's setting us good people further back, you have to let them go. You have to let them go and figure it out on their own. And in most cases, most of these people are not going to realize it until they hit rock bottom. That's when I realized I needed a change in my life in my early 30s. I hit rock bottom within myself. I mean, I was never a depressed person or suicidal or anything like that. But I hit rock bottom like in my late 20s with how I saw myself and what I was putting up with and what I was dealing with. So I made a complete change in my early 30s. I started to learn a lot more and learn to not let things bother me, and learn to only focus on people that were going to, be beneficial to my life than degrade my life. Interesting, right? We've got 9 people here now, right? Because they didn't get what they wanted. Very, very interesting. Got somebody coming on the left. It's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day. Probably going to go to the other side, get an extra half mile in, do about 4 miles today. Just impressed at how well maintained this trail is. We've had some thunderstorms and lightning and stuff. And I mean, granted, it's dirt. I get it. All right, but look at how smooth this trail is. You could literally walk this in tennis shoes and have no problems because it's flat and straight, right? I still wear my hiking boots for better ankle support and better cushion on my feet, but I mean, just a beautiful trail. You know, if there's one thing I'll never get tired of looking at that I've enjoyed since I was a little kid, is watching the planes fly by. As a grown-ass man, you can never get tired of hearing that sound, the planes coming down and landing. So that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about regarding the topic. I think what I'm going to do for the rest of the stream here, and I'm going to keep it live here for you folks, is talk about some other things. And, you know, first of all, I've been noticing lately that there have been some new people coming here, or some good people that used to come here and kind of shied away for a little while for whatever reason it was, but they're back. And you know, it seems like you folks are here for the right reasons, and I really appreciate that. I want to just let you folks know, you know, especially those that are here for the right reasons and really enjoy the content and you're supportive. I really appreciate you. I'm starting to see, you know, things trend positively here on my channel. And you know, folks, yeah, like I said before, it hasn't been easy. It's a struggle to start a new coaching business nowadays, because there are many people that come out here and claim to be a coach and, you know, say they know it all and this and that, right? And I'm just another one of those people. I'm a self-proclaimed life coach, all right, based on my past experiences. So I get it, you know. Everyone's trying to get your attention and say that, you know, their methods or the way they present things is better than other coaches. I'm not going to come out here and say that, because it's up to you to decide what works for you and what resonates with you, right? But what I can say, at least when it comes to me, is that I genuinely do care about each and every one of you. And I look at people for more than just their money or their pocketbook, you know. There are a lot of creators I've encountered out here on this platform that will scold their audience if they don't donate. And they'll say, get the hell out of here. You're no good if you're not donating. You know, this is my business. I mean, I would never, ever do that to anybody. It's not within my head and heart to ever do that, right? And some might say, well, you know, the people that do force their audience to donate are quite successful doing it, because the people that really want to be there will end up paying if they weren't, and the other people will just leave, right? And they were just taking up space anyway. I don't look at it that way. You know, that to me is not the most ethical way to do business. But forget about ethics. You know, is that the way that, you know, you want to be treated by people that you're paying money to support? Especially during a time right now where inflation is practically at an all-time high. We haven't seen inflation like we're seeing now since like the 80s, in the last 40 years. Hey folks, I'm back. I don't know if you can hear me, I'm back. And I think there's something wrong with the modem firmware on the iPhone. I'm hoping that, the next update will fix that. Because I used to not have this problem, or at least not as much. And this is a different cell tower from the one at the park. At least I think it is. It's a few miles away. It might be the same cell tower. Who knows? I doubt it, though. I think it's a different cell tower. It is what it is. Just got to deal with it and move on, right? But like I was saying, it's like my outlook is I love helping people just for the sake of helping people. And yeah, do I want to make money? Do I need to make money? Yes. But that will come in due time. Because what I've learned in life, and I even realized this when I was running my insurance business. If you're new here, I used to be an insurance broker for over 10 years. I sold my insurance business about a year and a half ago. And I'm still licensed. I still have my licenses. I just renewed them late last year for another couple years if I need them to fall back on, which I probably won't. But even when I was running my insurance business and running in-person networking events, I never forced sales on anyone. I never once asked one person in any group I networked with if I can run them a quote. And that's what they say to do when they train you as a salesperson, right? But because of all the personal development I've done, and how everyone I've followed that teaches personal development has a different method. It's more about building relationships with people than trying to sell them something, right? Because if you build relationships with people and you get to know, like, and trust people, right? In an unforced, natural way, right? You're going to start building a network of people. And once enough people get to know who you are, like who you are, and trust who you are, you're going to have a big referral base to the point of where they're going to start referring you business all day, every day, because they like you more than any other person that does what you do, and they trust you more than any other person that does what you do. Right? Because they've gotten to know you. Because you allowed them to get to know you. Because you didn't force any sales on them. You didn't go up to them and beg them to, run their auto and home or business insurance, right? Or health insurance or life insurance, right? And because that's how I ran my insurance business, and that's how I built relationships, I still have the majority of those relationships today, even though I don't network in person really much anymore. I'm connected with these people on Facebook and LinkedIn and their emails, and we've all met in person, and we've attended many networking events together in the past, right? And for me, it's all about building resources. Okay? You can never have too many resources, right? You can never, ever have too many resources. And quite frankly, like I was saying earlier today in different words, but I'll make it much more clear now, even the trolls and haters are a resource. Yeah, you heard me say it. Even the trolls and haters are a resource. Because any way you look at it, right, even the people that don't like you, when they talk about you, they give you further exposure, not only to their audience, which you probably don't even want their audience, but there are always good people that are involved in any type of audience, good, bad, or indifferent, right? So you have to look at these trolls and haters as another resource that's helping you get your name out, right? But I would never force anyone to donate or kick them off my channel, right? When I was selling insurance, like I said, I never forced anyone to write to be able to just, write them a free quote, right? And quotes are free, right? And I knew I could, beat most of their rates because I used to sell insurance for one of the top brokers in the area that had access to like over 200 carriers. We had a rating system where you put in the information and boom, it spits out, the company that has the lowest price. And then all I have to do is go and figure out which company can provide the exact coverage they need at the lowest price. And then if your quote beats who they currently have, I mean, it's a no-brainer, to switch, because who doesn't want to save money to get the same exact thing, right? But even knowing that, I never, ever, ever practiced my business that way. I've always practiced business on building relationships with people. That's the most important thing to me, right? And I've always been patient, right? And I've always had a backup plan because a lot of times, when you transition to becoming self-employed, you have a certain amount of money saved in the bank, right? To carry you through a certain amount of time. And if you don't replace that income by that certain amount of time, you got to start looking for something else or doing something else that's going to bring you more immediate money, right? So I get it. It's not easy. It's not easy, right? And because of that, it makes a lot of people do shady things. And if the things they're doing are not shady, at least, they're pushing the lines of ethics, or they're being pushy, or they're forcing their business upon people, right? I myself have never, ever done that to anyone. Where my heart and soul is at, I would rather go broke than force people or try to, or try to, make a sneaky sale, or by tricking someone into my service, or forcing them, or making them feel guilty, or using some, heavy-hitting sales techniques. I've never looked at myself as a salesperson, even though technically that's what I was, right? And technically, I could still be considered that because I'm a coach. I sell services, right? But I've never, ever looked at myself as a salesperson. I've always looked at myself as a consultant. I've always looked at myself as someone that even before you use my services or decide to donate money or support me in some way, shape, or form, or buy a coaching package or whatever, right? I will always consult you with the majority of what I do for free, right? Filter on my YouTube channel, right? And oh, okay, it just disconnected. I hit reconnect and it came right back. Am I back live again? Queen, can you see me? Am I back? It went off for a second and I came back, right? It might even be the tower after all. I don't know. It's just the 5G's been acting weird in Redwood City lately. Queen, can you see me? Whoever is there, can you let me know if I'm back live on the air? I should be. I'm going to wait till somebody verifies I'm back live on the air. It looks like I am. Anyway, I'm going to assume I am and just keep going because I can see my screen. You know, I remember now what somebody was saying, and I banned them because I don't need that negative crap on my channel, right? They're like, you're just trying to copy Coach Corey Wayne, and you're trying to be a carbon copy of him or something like that. And dude, I'll respond to you right now, even though you're banned here, and talk about it in general. Coach Corey Wayne inspired me, and he still inspires me to this day. And yes, a lot of the things I talk about are similar to what he discusses because that's how much I believe in him, but I put my own spin on it. And because Coach Corey Wayne is much more established than I am in this business, charges a lot more and has a lot less time to help, the average everyday person that can't afford to pay $1,000 for his 1-hour coaching session, right? And he doesn't even offer email coaching anymore. I wanted to do this to make it more affordable for people to get the help that they need, right? And see, I could sit there and let a comment like that get to me, right? In the past, maybe I would have, right? But I sat there and I read it, and I'm like, I'm not triggered by it. And if you ask, if you're not triggered by it, why didn't you leave the comment up? It's engagement, because I just don't want that negativity on my channel. I don't need stupid comments or negativity on my channel. That's not going to help people that really want to rise above hate, drama, and negativity. Give me a second here, folks. All right. Let's go to the other side. There are people at the bench I was going to sit at for a second. That's okay. Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. Be going off the air in I'd say about 20 to 25 minutes or so. This end of the trail is pretty short. That's why it's more important nowadays to just be yourself and focus on getting yourself out there instead of trying to get people to like you. Not everyone is going to like you. I repeat, not everyone is going to like you. And I know there are many people like myself and my girlfriend that love everyone no matter what. And when any negative person tries to challenge us, especially when we're trying to be nice to them, then when they come at us, it breaks our heart, and sometimes we would react. Like, I used to react to people like that all the time because all I was trying to do was be a good person and be supportive, right? But some people, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter because they've sunk to such a low level of depression and hatred for themselves that until they at least, rise above it even a little bit, there's nothing anyone can do. Let's come down here for a second here. This is where hiking boots come in handy. This is a little bit of a hill. And a little wet at certain points, so it gives you good traction. Yeah, it was interesting, Queen or anyone else, that after I got to a certain point on the trail, when the stream cut me off, I was able to hit reconnect, and it reconnected right away. So it may be the cell tower, and it may be the atmospheric conditions or electrical interference that's interfering with the cell tower at times. There's a lot of construction going on in Redwood City at the park and many other areas. A couple of our dealerships moved over to this side here, which is called the Boardwalk. There are a bunch of dealerships out here, and there are a few other dealerships on the main strip, a street called El Camino Real, and they all just moved to the Boardwalk. I guess maybe the city incentivized them to all move out here in one spot, and that would make sense. I think most cities are trying to get all their dealerships in one area called Auto Row. It would make sense because, you know, it would get the dealerships in an area, and what I've noticed with auto rows, they're not like on the main boulevard. They're in a more secluded type of area. So you have to go out of your way to get there. So it's not distracting the main parts of each city. But a good thing in doing it that way and having auto rows is you can literally, you know, go park your car at one of them and walk through all the dealerships of different types of cars and not have to waste your time and gas and money driving around. So it just makes sense. So there's been a lot of construction and, you know, a lot of businesses moving. So, you know, they all use cell phones, they all have electrical products, and there's interference electrically. So, you know, you never know. Just kind of throwing it out there. I'm going to come and sit here for just a second. Folks, please like this stream, share it out, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications if you already haven't. I would appreciate it. We still have 8 people here and 10 thumbs up. All right, let's keep going. I'm curious to know if anyone wants to put this in the chat, if you're still around, or if you're watching on the replay, you can make a comment below. What type of topics would you folks like for me to discuss on these walks in the future? Or do pre-recorded videos on? What more so would you like to see on this channel that you're not seeing that would help you better your life than it already is? Or if you're struggling in things, or in certain things, which is what I'm trying to say, what are those things? Share with me the topics that would best benefit you, because I'm more than sure I've had at least 1 or 2 experiences regarding every aspect of life. And I've probably fucked it up a time or two and learned how to turn it around. And at the same time, I can help you either turn it around or prevent it from happening in the first place. You know, the kind of guy that I've become, maybe I was always this way, but I've become better at this as I've gotten older. The guy I've become is taking preventative measures on things that will set me back or harm me or harm anyone else I care for. And part of getting ahead in life is learning how to identify the things that are going to harm you or set you back and prevent them from happening by taking preventative measures, or being, like I said earlier on the show, being self-aware, being aware of your surroundings. And in addition, you've got to get really good at emotional self-control. More so nowadays than ever, because especially due to this online world that we live in, where, there are people like the people that have come at me that will intentionally try to trigger you emotionally to get a crazy emotional response and back and forth with you so they can make content off of you and make money off of you. It's one of the things that I had to learn about being a YouTuber. The more and more I kept feeding in to these types of people that were negative and drama people, right? What ended up happening was they made more money off of me, and I made no money off of them. I made no money during those times, and lost my audience. I paid the price because initially when I first came out here, since it was all new, I struggled with the same issue I used to struggle in my 20s that I figured out by the time I was in my 30s in real life, and that's emotional self-control. I had to figure out and learn how to have emotional self-control online and on YouTube especially, just like I figured out in my younger days offline. And, technically, because men are supposed to be more logical first and emotional second, and women are emotional first and logical second. Somebody's up here, so I'm not going to go all the way up. It should be easier for men to have emotional self-control. You would figure nowadays that, men would still have emotional self-control, but nowadays, men lack more emotional self-control than women do. It's become that bad, right? It's because of the way men are being raised and stuff. I don't need to get into it like I've done in the past. They're being raised, by a more of a masculine mother and a feminized father, right? And, what these little boys see when they're growing up, that's what they learn, and that's what they replicate when they get older, right? They act like little female dogs, right? That's what happens. It is their lack of emotional self-control, which stems from their lack of self-worth and self-happiness and self-love, because they didn't get enough strokes as a little kid from their mother and or father. And more than likely, if they even had both parents and didn't come from a broken household, their mother was the more dominant and masculine one in the marriage, and their father was the more feminine and submissive one in the marriage, which is a reversal of the polarity, of the sexual polarity. Like, a man needs to be the man, the woman needs to be the woman. That's just the bottom line. But because of, women rising up, which is fine, like I've always said, and the modern world with women being liberated and having equal rights and feminism and all that, it's changed everything. It has. It's made it very difficult for men to be men nowadays. But it is more important that we're men nowadays and we're emotionally strong. But a lot of us men are not, right? And I have struggled with it in the past, right? But I finally figured it out in real life in my early 30s. And by the time I got into my early 40s, I've become an expert at emotional self-control. Now, again, when I first came out here on YouTube, I lost my shit emotionally. But I didn't realize, I thought there would be no repercussion for losing your emotional shit on YouTube and this and that, but I didn't realize that people will make content off of you losing your shit. I didn't know the ropes. I learned them the hard way, and now I corrected that issue. And now I just want to teach you guys and gals what I've learned. I haven't had anyone comment for a while, but I am getting more likes. And there are 10 people here. So I do assume I'm still alive. If anyone's around, like Queen or anyone else, can you let me know if we're still alive? I'm at 86 minutes. That's an hour and 26 minutes. I walked this trail pretty quick today. I'm over the 4-mile mark now. It's a little over 4 miles today. Not bad. Not bad. Burning off that pasta, that lasagna. The lasagna cluster. Shit, I'll tell you that. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat, folks. We'll be going off the air probably in about 10 minutes or less. I'm probably going to sit down for a few and show you the beauty and get some final words in and then walk out towards the lot where my car's at and call it a day. And I may come back and do a stream from the studio tonight. Who knows? It may be a not crazy dating stories. I changed the name. It's Dating Advice for Men and Women, Volume 10. May do that tonight, or who knows? I may just do a brief stream where I talk about something else. Keep it locked here and you'll find out more as it happens, folks. But again, like I've been trying to say, not only earlier in the stream, but in the past, I want to know what topics you'd like for me to discuss. I want to know what are you struggling with so I can spend more time focusing on those topics, sharing my thoughts, and if necessary, doing more research on those topics. Let me let this lady pass by. I welcome one, I welcome all. Things are starting to get better here in my end, on my channel. Things are really heading in the right direction, and I'd love for you folks to come along on this journey, should you choose to. I would love for you to be a part of this. We can all go on this journey together, because let me tell you folks, this crazy modern world that we all live in right now, unlike any other period of time that we've experienced, is only going to continue getting crazier. And now that we have platforms like YouTube where we can go live every day and stream for hours, okay, we can talk about these things. I want to talk about them, and I want to talk about them with you. I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions about things. I want us to focus more time discussing critical thought in general, where we can discuss current things happening in the world and how we can make a difference, right? I want to focus less time or completely cut out talking shit about other people and talking more about, issues that we're encountering in this crazy modern world that we've never encountered before, because it's uncharted territory, right? Why are we wasting our time attacking other people when there are many more important things to talk about and deal with, right? It's absolutely beautiful. No one's still chatting, but that's okay. We've got 13 people here, but no one's chatting. That only means one thing. The drama people are back. They're all blocked. There's no drama happening here. It's just a nice, friendly, positive stream. A beautiful walk on a beautiful trail that I haven't been to in a while. I just walked over 4 miles. I feel so relaxed. The endorphins are kicking in. This is just so peaceful and relaxing right now. All right, we're at an hour and 32 minutes, something like that. It's cut off a few times, so it could be an hour 31 or an hour 30. But we're at least in an hour and a half. Let me wait for this dude to exit out before I exit out. There's another woman coming in, so let me wait for her and show you a little bit more of the beauty. We can even zoom in. Just amazing. If I was single, I would find my next girlfriend on this trail. But I'm not single, baby. I'm happy with you. I'm just saying if. I don't think I would put myself back out in the online dating world again. I'd try to do it in person this time. See if that still works nowadays. But I don't think I'm going to have to do that because I think, this woman that I'm with right now is one of the most loyal and faithful and decent women I've been with. And honest too. Even honest with her issues and everything. That's what you want, folks. Everybody has issues. You're not going to find perfect people. So if you're going to date someone and spend time with someone and try to have a future with someone, yes. Are they going to have issues? Yes. Are you going to have issues? Sure. We all have issues, right? But the people that can admit their issues and talk about their issues, those are the people I respect. That's why I respect my lady, because she's that open and she's very supportive and she doesn't care about what anyone else says about me. All she cares about is how I treat her. What's there not to respect about that? Isn't that the way it should be? Right? Who cares what other people say about you, right? What matters is how you treat the people you hang out with, right? And, most people have a pea brain nowadays that are on the internet because it's been around for 30 years, right? That typically people that talk smack about you are just trying to attack you first. If they can't get to you, they try to get everyone you care for to get to you, right? But the longer you're on the internet and the more well-versed your friends and family are regarding what you do and what you've encountered, they already know the game, right? So they can't get to your people that you care for or the people that you care for to get to you. My lady understands that. Like I've said, a few times in the recent past, whenever something like happens to me online, like kind of like, these kids at the park the other day or with trolls and haters or whatever, like she'll come and tell me, she goes, I'm not going to do this, babe, because you don't want me to. And I don't want to cause any issues, but I really feel like whooping their ass. Well, baby, I feel like whooping their ass too. But it's not worth it, right? I think anyone would feel like whooping their ass for these stupid things. It says, you're live. I'm back. I'm back. See, I think it has to do with these electrical towers here, these large transmission lines. Because right when I started walking underneath them, I started losing the signal. on one spot. And it probably depends on how much current's flowing through. I don't know. There's just been a lot of disconnects lately, but hey, I know how to get it back up and going almost right away. All right, folks, I'm going to be going off the air here in a few minutes. If you have any last-second questions, comments, concerns, please get them in the chat. I may be doing a stream from the studio tonight, possibly. I'm not quite sure. All depends on how I feel or what's going on with my lady. My lady has the day off. We may just talk by phone a little bit, and I may not feel like doing a show after that. I mean, we'll see. But like I said, always keep it locked here. You know, please like this video, share it out, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications, and you won't miss anything. It's nice to still see 13 people here, 11 thumbs up. It says 98 minutes, so we're at around an hour 38, probably an hour 37, hour 36 due to all the cutoffs. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with my phone. I think it's just electrical interference, cell towers being overloaded at times. My iPhone 12 Pro Max works flawlessly, and there's never been any issues with it. I've recorded a ton of 4K 60 frame per second videos on it in perfect quality and sound. The phone works great, surfing the net surfs great, apps work great. It's just when I do these streams and walking around, you know, the atmospheric conditions are affecting the connection. So bear with me. Let me see here. Yes, just one more time. Please thumb this up. We're at 11 thumbs up. Let's try to get at least 15 thumbs up by the end of the stream or by the time it goes to the replay. I really do appreciate all of you that have been thumbing this stream up. Lately, you've been giving me some good thumbs up. And my thumbs up are actually pretty similar now to my thumbs down. Even though you can't see them, I can see them on the back end. And Eli, I can't see the chat. And Eli can't see the chat. I can see it, Queen. Can you see me? Yeah, I can see the chat, Queen. You said so much for the live stream. About 3 minutes ago. And now you said, and Eli can't see the chat, right? I'm going to wait to get one more message from you, Queen, and then I'm going to go off the air. Let me know if you're still there. Now we can. Hey, Outback! Finally, you can see the chat. Oh. Yeah, it didn't update the chat from... Holy smokes. Happy hump day. What great weather for a walk, says Outback. Hey, Outback, how you doing, bro? Queen's here. Outback says, you can't please all the people all the time is a saying I have used for years. Amen, brother. You're right. Yes, you are live, says Queen. This was earlier. Yes, you are, says Outback Andy. We are here to support you, host, says Derek. I appreciate it. You have to come do a live stream from American Classics Creamery in Modesto. I need to get out there with my lady. We may take a trip out to visit her mother and father maybe next week. If we do that, we're going to be passing through near the Modesto area. That would be awesome, Outback. I haven't forgotten about you. Perfect is in the eye of the beholder, says Outback Andy. Derek, can the host not see the chat? Nope, I couldn't see it earlier. It didn't refresh because my connection went out. So much for the live stream. And Eli can't see the chat. Finally, you can see the chat. Now we can. You missed a bunch of messages. I think I just caught up. 16 in the box right now. Closed on Tuesdays. So then we'll have to come on a Wednesday because I think my lady usually has Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. Just going to wait another minute or two before I go off the air in case anyone else puts anything in the chat. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, just there have been some major connection issues lately. I think earlier when I hit reconnect on my screen, it reconnected the video. You could see the video, but I couldn't see your new chat messages because the chat had not refreshed. So I'm gonna have to just shut it down every time and restart it when that happens. Date day for me on Tuesdays. How's your wife doing, Outback? Is she doing better, man? That's awesome, dude. Is she doing better, man? My thoughts and prayers are with you and her, man. Take care of yourselves. I want you folks to be around for a long time. I've known you for a long time now, Andy. You're one of the nicest dudes I've met, and I say that respectfully and in a masculine way. Like, you're a really good guy, man. And I don't know, man. You have a lot of energy. You might even have more energy than me, Outback, and that's kind of hard to do. But I think you got me beat, and I don't know how you do it, bro. But give me some more back. As the weather gets better, we will be open more hours. Well, yeah, you'll sell more cream. I got to come out there and have some of your ice cream. And then, you know what, Outback? You got to tell me where the best trails are out there, because I will tell you one thing about the Modesto area. For those of you folks that don't know Modesto, I used to do networking out there. It's it's about an hour and a half from where I'm at here in Northern California. It's in the Central Valley. If you remember Scott Peterson, and he murdered his wife, Lacey, and their unborn baby, that's where Scott Peterson and Lacey were living at. And Modesto has certainly expanded. It's expanded. But you got to show me where the trails are at, or let me know where the trails are at, or the nice parks are at with nice walking trails. Because when I've been out in that area in the past with some exes to try to find some trails, it's been hard to find them. And then looking even at the All Trails app, there's not a lot out there. So you'll have to share your secrets with me. Yeah, she's doing much better, thanks. Well, yeah, you're welcome, man. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, brother. Glad to hear that. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. I didn't get trolled today. Nobody followed me here. I guess we live to fight another day, right? This whole YouTube thing is beginning to more so crack me up now than anything. Like it's like, what's next? What's the next thing, right? We rode a good one on our scooters a few weeks ago. Well, dude, if you can, send me that information through Facebook Messenger. And then I'm going to talk with my lady tonight. And we're going to do something next week. If we don't go see her mother, maybe we'll come and get a room like in the Central Valley area. And then, because it'll be much cheaper to get a room there than you know, near where we're at. And then we'll come have some ice cream. And yeah, we could even do a live stream from there or something. That would be fun, man. La Loma area. Okay, check that out, brother. All right, folks, we're going to leave 12 in the box. 11 thumbs up. Please, once again, like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select on notifications. Thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you to Outback Andy Foster. Thank you to Queen Helen Casey Live, or 2.0. Thank you to Derek. Thank you to Sweet Pea, I believe, was here earlier. Joe Shipley was here. Did I say Derek? I think I did. Love you all, folks. Again, I might go live from the studio later tonight. If not, I'll be back tomorrow for another walking stream and whatever else comes next. Again, keep it locked here. With that being said, have yourself a great day. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.